Japan Sakura.
Hello everyone. Thank you for your interest in Japan. This time, I will introduce how to ride a bus in Japan.
Japan has a well-developed train network, but buses are also an essential means of transportation for sightseeing and daily life. Buses offer more flexible routes than trains and are recommended for those who want to sightsee more efficiently and enjoy the local atmosphere. But I don't know how to get on one. And many people do not know how to ride, so we will explain the basic rules of bus transportation in Japan and tips for enjoying comfortable sightseeing. Let's study together to enjoy comfortable sightseeing. First of all, there are three main types of buses: local line buses, highway buses, and sightseeing buses that run within the city. Line buses run on a set route within the city and follow a set timetable. Highway buses are buses that mainly travel on expressways. Express buses have reserved seats and require advance reservations. It is possible to take a bus without a reservation, but it is recommended to make a reservation. The advantage of highway buses is that they are much cheaper than the Shinkansen or other trains for long-distance travel. Compared to other forms of public transportation, highway bus fares are by far the cheapest. For example, let's compare the Shinkansen and highway buses for a trip from Tokyo to Osaka. A non-reserved seat on the Shinkansen costs from 13,080 yen, with up to 50% early bird discount, and takes about 2 hours and 30 minutes. On the other hand, highway buses start at around 4,000 yen for night buses, and are a strong ally when you want to save money. Check out campaigns and early bird discounts. The journey time is about 6 hours and 30 minutes to 10 hours. Consider spending a long time in the same position. Highway buses stop infrequently and travel on relatively straight highways, so there is considerably less shaking.
Recently, there are curtains between the seats, slippers for the inside of the car, and it has become a very relaxing space. The night bus is a great way to get around if you want to make cheap long-distance travel and make the most of your time. However, in terms of comfort and freedom, it is inferior to bullet trains and airplanes. If you travel at night on an overnight flight, you can be active from early in the morning the next day. If you depart from Busta Shinjuku at 23:30, you will arrive in Kyoto at 6:30 in the morning. You can go sightseeing in the morning, so you can visit temples and experience Zen meditation. I'll also talk about the disadvantages. Please note that the time and price vary considerably depending on the time of year and flight. The time to ride on weekdays and LT, holidays and LT, summer vacations, Golden Week, and other consecutive holidays will be longer and the price will be higher. There are times when things don't go as planned, such as traffic jams that are difficult to predict due to weather conditions and accidents, or traffic jams such as Golden Week. The amount and comfort vary depending on the bus company, so be sure to check carefully in advance. I will post the reservation site about the highway bus in the overview column, so please refer to it. There is a place to change the language in the upper right corner. There are many highway bus reservation sites, so find the plan that suits you. Now, let's talk about route buses. It is a convenient means of transportation for sightseeing and daily life, but it can be a little confusing for first-timers and tourists. Buses in Japan vary depending on the region. On the bus, you may pay the fare when you get on the bus or when you get off the bus. I'll tell you more about it later. 1. Bus stop. At the bus stop, the route name, destination, timetable, etc. are posted. If you check the location of the bus stop in advance, you will be able to get on smoothly.
Japanese buses often have doors at the front and in the middle.
You may board the bus from the front door or through the middle door.
There are two types of fares. 1. The fare remains the same no matter how many times you ride, and 1. The bus fare changes depending on the distance. Up to what age does the child rate apply? Children between the ages of 6 and 12, including 12-year-old elementary school students, require a child ticket. Up to 2 children between 1 and 6 years old, before entering elementary school, are free of charge when accompanied by a ticket holder, and a child ticket is required for the third and subsequent children. Infants under 1 year old are free. Front ride. If you board the bus through the door at the front, the fare is the same and you often pay at the time of boarding. This payment method is available in urban areas such as Tokyo and Yokohama. For example, in the 23 wards of Tokyo, if you use the general route, it costs 210 yen for adults and 110 yen for children. Get on the bus from the front, pay the bus fare at that time, and get off from the back. You can pay by cash, IC card, etc. There is no boarding ticket. Riding in the back. Now it gets a little complicated from here. Let's do our best. Unlike in urban areas, most route bus fares in rural and suburban areas vary depending on the distance. In most cases, the starting fare is 180 yen for adults and 90 yen for children, half the adult price. This is the minimum fare you pay just for riding, and it will be added depending on the section you use. I often get on from the back and get off from the front. When getting off the bus, before arriving at your destination bus stop, the driver will announce the bus stop and the destination will be written on the electric bulletin board in front of you where the fare is displayed. There is a switch next to your seat or on the pillar that will let you know when you are getting off. Press to stop at the next bus stop. Method of payment. Do you pay in cash? Or do you use IC card or mobile payment? First, I will tell you how to pay with cash. When you get on the train, a machine near the door will issue you a ticket with a number printed on it, so take it and keep it with you. The fare varies depending on where you get off, so compare your ticket with the number displayed inside the train and pay the specified fare. The amount of the ticket number will gradually increase depending on the distance traveled. When you arrive at your destination, check the number and insert the same amount of fare into the fare box next to the driver. If the number is written as 350, that means you will pay 350 yen. Sometimes there are no tickets available for the first bus. In that case, you will pay 0 amount. Please note that if you do not get a ticket, you will be charged the starting fare. If you forget to take your ticket, just tell the driver the bus stop you boarded and he will tell you the correct amount, so it's a good idea to remember the name of the bus stop. The driver not only lets you get on and off the bus, but also keeps an eye on you as you get on and off, so you can ride with confidence. IC card. Next, let's talk about card and mobile payments. Commonly used are Suica and Pasmo. Both can be used in the same way. You can pay not only on trains and buses but also at many shops such as convenience stores. At major airports such as Narita Airport, Haneda Airport, and Kansai International Airport, you can purchase his Pasmo or Suica in the arrival lobby or inside the station. There is an IC card released for foreign tourists visiting Japan for a short period of time. For both Pasmo and Suica, you will need to show your driver's license or other form of identification for deposits and balances. You can get your money back at the station or bus counter, but some places don't, so please check beforehand. For more information, I will post the URL in the summary section, so please check it carefully.
Hold it over the touch panel when getting on and off the bus. It will make a sound when recognized.
Please note that if there is no sound when you hold it over the touch panel, the fare will be from the first bus departure.
You don't have to worry about how much you're going to pay without needing any change. If you don't have enough money, you can pay in cash, and there are many buses that can be charged on board. Tell the driver to charge. There are buses and trains that do not accept IC cards, such as in rural areas. Make sure the bus has a Pasmo or Suica sticker on it. Charges can be made at stations, buses, and convenience stores, but it is 20,000 yen together with the balance. Mobile payments. The number one recommendation is mobile payment. In Japan, you can buy and pay for train and bus tickets on your mobile. Mobile payments for trains and buses include Google Pay, Apple Pay, QUIC Pay, Pasmo, and Suica. When you get on a train or bus, hold up your Android smartphone, iPhone, or Apple Watch, and when you get off, hold it up again and you're done. Easy and smart, isn't it? However, in order to use mobile payments, you need to register your card or app beforehand. For example, you can use Google Pay and Apple Pay if you register Suica or Pasmo. However, some trains and buses may not support mobile payments. If you use mobile payment, there may be restrictions such as top-ups and spending limits. Sightseeing buses are recommended because they allow you to efficiently go around multiple tourist spots in Japan. Sightseeing buses are recommended because they allow you to efficiently go around multiple tourist spots in Japan. This bus has a guide who will show you the sightseeing spots. There are more women. Many Japan people use it. One of Tokyo's most famous sightseeing buses is the Heido bus, a staple of sightseeing in Tokyo. There are plenty of courses around Tokyo's main sightseeing spots, such as the Imperial Palace and Sensoji Temple. Popular courses are the Tokyo Sightseeing Course, the Night View Course, and the Day Trip Course. I'll also post the Heido bus site. Wheelchairs and babies. We are promoting the introduction of buses with ramps and non-step buses so that people with strollers, wheelchair users, and people with disabilities can use the bus safely and comfortably. Buses marked with wheelchairs can be accommodated, but if you do not have a caregiver, we recommend that you contact us in advance. During rush hours, events, and other congestion in the car, if it is not possible to secure the passage for other customers, you may be asked to ride with the stroller folded. Please brake the wheelchair and wear a safety belt in the car. If it is difficult to get on and off, it is also a good idea to call out to the people around you and ask them to help you. I'm sure you'll be happy to help. Tips for a stress-free trip. Lastly, let's talk about some tips for a stress-free trip. Buses vary depending on the time of day and route, so it is important to choose a time of day that avoids congestion as much as possible. You can check real-time operation information by using the bus app or website, so it is safe to check in advance. When using a smartphone on a bus or train, be considerate of the passengers around you and speak in a quiet voice. Try to follow good manners. Speaking loudly in public places and places where many people gather is considered a violation of etiquette. We usually talk to people in a quiet voice on the bus or train, but for some reason we don't like talking on the phone. This is said to prevent malfunction of pacemakers, etc., and has been considered manners since the time when smartphones became popular. Of course, there are some calls that are necessary, so in Japan. It was an explanation of how to get on the bus in this video. How was it? Have you answered any questions about how to get on the bus or how to use your IC card? If you still have any doubts or queries, please write them in the comments section. Our channel provides even more information and helpful content. See you in the next video. Goodbye.